Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Chrisley hits Savannah back amid nasty allegations. Chrisley was a hot topic when Savannah appeared as a guest on Nick Viall's podcast recently. Early on in the podcast, Nick made it clear he didn't know much about Savannah Chrisley's siblings. Savannah poked fun at him, noting he should have done some research beforehand. After taking some time to process, Lindsie sat down for an episode of her podcast called Coffee Convos with Kylie Lowry to discuss all of the things her sister said about her. Lindsie admits she didn't really understand why she came up as a topic of conversation to begin with. Lindsie insisted she was happy with keeping family drama private, but her little sister opened the door, so she took the time to address what her sister talked about. Chrisley hits Savannah back amid nasty allegations. Chrisley's oldest daughter took issue with Savannah using her guest appearance on this podcast to trash her sister. She questioned why Savannah didn't use her own podcast to open up about how she was feeling. Lindsie argued it just didn't make sense to use her own podcast to spill this kind of tea. Previously, Lindsie had made the decision to withhold exactly why she and her siblings were not speaking or following each other. Turns out, she found a funny bingo card on Reddit that was trolling her family. She shared it on Instagram and tagged her siblings, again insisting she thought it was funny. Her siblings immediately tossed her in a group text and ordered her to take the bingo card down at once. Lindsie didn't understand why they were so bothered. She also didn't understand why they felt the need to attack her with a group text. Continues to defend herself. Chrisley fired a lot of shots at Nick, noting that her relationship with Savannah was none of his business. She called his line of questions very judgmental and crass. She also took issue with the accusation that Todd being locked up was harder on Savannah than it was on her. While I was not a part of my parents' life in the same capacity, there's still a loss. You can't say, oh well, my loss is greater than your loss, or your loss is greater than my loss. That doesn't really apply here. Because Savannah Chrisley never came from a broken home, Lindsie points out that she would never understand her relationship with Julie, so she shouldn't be voicing her opinion on something she could never understand. Lindsie continued, it shows just a complete lack of empathy, but also just a lack of awareness. You didn't have parents that were divorced or went through toxic co-parenting and hate each other. It doesn't mean that I didn't love Julie. And I said on a previous episode she could have hung the moon, but she still wasn't my mother. Is Savannah Chrisley lying? Lindsie points out that it wasn't that long ago that the family did the crossover with their podcasts, and she doesn't understand how her sister didn't feel this way during the crossover, but feels this way now. Is Lindsie implying her sister is lying? Moreover, Lindsie adds that the door is open if Savannah wants to work things out. She adds that Savannah knows exactly how to get in touch with her, but she chooses not to. What are your thoughts on this sibling drama? Let us know in the comments, and keep coming back for more Chrisley news.